Good afternoon. Once again, it's Anne-Marie Gaudette from Cruise Holidays. Today is Tuesday, not Wednesday, Tuesday, May 14th. I can't believe it's almost the middle of May already, but here we are. And thank you for joining me for Anne-Marie's Cruise Travel Tuesdays. The last few weeks I've been talking about my most favorite trip of all, which was my trip to Jordan and Egypt in September of 2022. And if you didn't join me, if you haven't seen any of my other ones about this trip, hopefully you can find them in the on my Facebook page in recordings. But before, just to give you a little bit of background, before this trip to Jordan and Egypt, my most favorite trip I mean, I've been so lucky and blessed to have seen so much of the world. Still lots to see, but I've been able to see so much of the world. And up until September 2022, my favorite trip of all time was Galapagos. And I will do a Galapagos one because now it's number two, but it's still number two. So it was amazing. But Egypt and Jordan just blew my mind. And if you have been watching along, and this is, I think, my third or fourth, just talking about it, you can see how much there is to talk about. This won't be the last one. I will be talking probably next week and the week after, at least definitely next week about, we'll be in Egypt next week. But there's just, honestly, I've had such a hard time whittling down even what I'm telling you. I could talk probably all day and all night about this amazing place that I went to. It's so amazing. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Anne-Marie Gaudette, and I own Cruise Holidays of Metro East, Cruise Holidays Select, Cruise Holidays Metro East Moncton. I will be celebrating 26 years in business this July 2024. I can't believe it. My youngest was 5 years old when I started, or 6 years old. But yeah, so time has gone fast, and I have been blessed, like I said, to see so many places in this world. I did work for a full service travel agency before I opened up my own cruise only travel agency. And when I say full service agency, I don't mean that I don't service you fully either. But the difference between me and, say, a full service travel agency is that I don't do all inclusives. I don't do air only. I don't do hotel only. I focus on cruising, river cruising, ocean cruising, and I do dabble a little bit with safaris and things like that. But on the whole, 99% of my business is cruises. Now, to go along with that, I do flights, and I do hotels and transfers and insurance and anything else you need. I'm there to advise you on what shore excursions are good to take and things like that. But I want to focus on cruising so that I can know as much as I possibly can. It's impossible to know everything, but I do cruise 3-4 times a year, so I try to keep up with the ever-changing industry. I do escort cruises a few times a year. I will be escorting one to Scandinavia in a few weeks. That's already sold. That's all sold out. I am escorting a river cruise doing the Moselle and Main in August. There's still some space on that. And then I have my winter break getaway because those of us that live in Canada need to get away during the winter. It's a long winter. So in February 3rd of 2025, I am escorting a group on Celebrity Beyond doing Caribbean Panama Canal, and I do have some space on that. My price is thousands of dollars per person, less than what Celebrity is charging. So if you're interested, now is the time to book. And I absolutely have great prices. Anyways, let's get on with the rest of Jordan. Last week, I talked about Wadi Rum, and I talked about the Dead Sea, and my favorite, Petra. And so I'm going to continue on from there. We left Petra, and on our way, this was our last day in Jordan. We were flying to Egypt the next day, but they still had some surprises in order for us on our way to the airport. The first one I'm going to show you. It once again, we're back in Wadi Rum, where my friend Nancy and I stayed overnight. But this was just for a short visit. But what they did was they took us out in trucks right into the desert, and it was amazing. Wadi Rum, if you weren't watching last week, Wadi Rum has been in the back setting for a lot of movies, Lawrence of Arabia and The Martian, to mention a few. And when you see this, you'll understand why. Now, those of you that know me well, and I will actually, I don't know if I can show you my, show it very well. But I am obsessed with nunchucks. Oh, I can't even say it now. I apologize. Anyways, I'm a nunchucks. But I'm obsessed with the stories behind them. And what I found amazing was when we were in Wadi Rum, the Bedouins have their own version of a nunchuck. So I was really amazed at that. So let me start with Jordan here. And it's not going to let me, is it? There it is. There you go. So as you can see, here we are in Wadi Rum, the desert, and these are the trucks. They have outfitted them so we can go onto the back of them. And so sorry about that, folks. Anyways, this is Wadi Rum, and we're at the first part of the desert, and they're going to take us on these amazing little rides. And I loved this picture because it showed the camel feet in the sand, and it was amazing. But let me get you to I've got two of them. Because I couldn't pick which one, but here's some videos of our little ride through the desert. Make sure that works. Oops. It's going to be a bouncy video. And then here's the next one. And I mean, honestly, Wadi Rum was an amazing adventure. It was very exciting. So let's go back to where is my pictures? Here we go. So this is Wadi Rum, where we were in the cars, and like I said, I just love that picture of the sand. Here we go with the nunchucks. For some reason, it doesn't feel like I'm saying it right, but it's probably because I'm nervous. But I had to take pictures of them because they were just amazing. And this is what the Bedouin build, and the meaning behind it is safe journey, follow the path. They're just amazing, and I was so excited to see some. There's another one, and this is what Wadi Rum looks like. So it's desert, and then you've got these huge monolith mountains. And the wind carves them. It was just amazing. And like I said, if you've seen the Martian, I'm sure the movie The Martian with Matt Damon, I'm sure the landscape looks a little bit familiar to you. Here's more. You can see the tracks of all the cars. Then they took us to a little Bedouin encampment where they served us this delicious coffee, and you could see it on the fireplace. That's how they cook it, and they were just so warm and inviting, and it was a real nice treat. And then next, after we were in Wadi Rum, we went to Mount Nebo. Now, Mount Nebo is where Moses is buried, although they haven't found his final resting place yet. But it is an amazing place to visit. Mosaics, old ancient mosaics everywhere. This one's quite put together well. Then we have a cross overlooking the desert. This is from the picture on the cross, and then beside it, that's a picture taken right beside the cross, so you can see what the landscape is like. And further down below is the Dead Sea. Some ancient artifacts outside. So they've built this church over an ancient church. So there's lots of ruins, I guess, if you want to call them that. This is inside the church. So modern meets ancient. Beautiful stained glass windows and along with ancient pieces of the church, original mosaics that were there. And then, oh, I went a little too far. I have a little video to try and give you a feeling of the entire church and what it's really interesting because, like I said, it's ancient means modern. So. And then next, so there you go. And then next they took us, it's just down the street, but it is a school factory sort of thing. They're trying to keep the art of making mosaics alive. So this school is where they're teaching them and making mosaics to sell. And as you can see, I mean, that's beautiful. My daughters took me to a stained glass workshop on Saturday, and after realizing how hard that is, I can't imagine doing these mosaics. Just really, really amazing. So that was then, and then after we left there, they did take us onto Cairo. We flew to Cairo, and we had a tour. This is the old Egyptian museum. They are building a new one, and it was supposed to be opened, I think, in 2019, and then it keeps on getting put off, and it's still not open. I look forward to possibly going back one day when it is open, simply for the reason when we went in September and it was very, very hot. And this old museum is not air conditioning. So it was very, very warm. But boy, was it amazing. Just an amazing, I mean, it honestly has taken me hours to whittle down pictures to show to you. And I apologize right now. Our Egyptologist was amazing. She remembered names and dates and everything like that. I'm not gonna, so I apologize, but that's just not gonna happen. But here we go with some stone sarcophaguses, and you can just see on the outside all the carvings was just amazing. Here we have, now I'm going to try and say it, the King Khafre, and he was, we have the statue of him, and he was found, he was the builder, pardon me, of the second oh, I can't talk now, and I apologize. He was the builder of the second pyramid of Giza, which we will see next week. I'll show you the pyramids next week. But anyways, this is him. So I tried to get as many angles as I could for you to see the carving and look at the eagle on the back of his head. Like it was just amazing. It really was. And then next we have a mini sphinx and a head. Like, look at the colors even. Like, these things are 4,000 years old. It was really just amazing. And it's impossible to try to get pictures with nobody in the background, but you can't help it. So young and old, I guess. And now we have Akhenaten's coffin lid, and you can just see like the colors, like they were just outstanding. It was just amazing to see it. And I'm impressed with myself that I could say Akhenaten. There we go. And this one is now Agamemnon. And they our Egyptologist told us that he was one of the only pharaohs that actually had the busts and the carvings made to look like he really looked. A lot of the kings wanted their likeness to look more bolder and more um, like more warrior like, and he was one of the ones that just had them make it out the way he looked. So very interesting. And then, of course, in the old Egypt Museum, Tutankhamun is still there. All most of his artifacts are still there. Unfortunately, we were not allowed to take any pictures of Tutankhamun, but I did get pictures from these were found in his tomb. We have the dog and a warrior to watch over him, and then his throne. So all gilded in gold, beautiful. Like, I could have stood there forever watching them. It was pretty amazing. And then next, we have these are his grandparents, Thoya and Yaya. And these are King Tut's grandparents, and they were found in the Valley of the King. Their tombs were found in the Valley of the Kings, and that's how they knew they must have been very important. So, and this is what they look like. And there's one of the tombs. And once again, and I'm going to keep on saying it, and I apologize, but I just was blown away by the colors still. Like, they're still so beautiful and bright. And wait till next week when we get to the tombs themselves. Like, just unbelievable. But and then, of course, we have a little sphinx that's at the exit to the Cairo Museum, and it was kind of neat. I got a little fella looking at me too there. So, like I said, it was really hard to take pictures without somebody being there. Anyways, after this, we went to oh my gosh, it is Mosque of Muhammad, which is also known as the Alabaster Mosque. So this was a beautiful, amazing place. I do have a video to show you of the inside.
اديله كيس معكش كيس في الشنطه كيس واحد بس
It really was massive and beautiful, beautiful, beautiful inside. Lots of lights, lots of alabaster. I mean, it was just, it was quite the treat. Look at the alabaster. Look at that, like the carving in it. Now, the one on the last one there, the little fire truck, um, if you don't know, my husband was a firefighter. He's retired now, but he was a firefighter for 34 years. And everywhere I go, I try to get a picture of a fire truck for him. So here's one that was actually outside the museum when we left. So I also joke often that the fire trucks follow me, so I can get a picture for Luke. So anyways, this is now the next day. We went to Memphis, and this is the Alabaster Sphinx, which is outside of where it's not the same Sphinx that is at the pyramids. This is an alabaster one. So, and quite a bit smaller than the one that is at the pyramids. And then this is Ramses the second, and they were. I left the people in there so that you could kind of try to get some sort of sense at how huge this was. I mean, it was huge. So that's his head. And I tried to get a picture of his head from a little farther up so you could see. It's so hard to really describe how huge this statue of Ramses is, but that's from the other end. His legs were missing, but like, look at the lady standing beside, how much smaller she is. I mean, he was, it is huge. I can only imagine how big it was when it was full and it was standing up. And then there's a cartouche of Ramses II. That's his name. And from there. So let me get back here to me. There we go. And just to show you, when I was there, I did get my own little cartouche. It's got my kids' initials on it, and I'm sorry, but that is just not very clear. But anyways, I had to get a cartouche while I was there, and to remind me of my trip to Egypt. And like I said, it has my kids' initials in hieroglyphs. So it was amazing. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed what I showed you today. Like I said, it's been very hard to cut it down. I could have you here for 3, 4, 5 hours showing you different things, but I just kind of wanted to give you a little bit of a feel. And just to let you know that, as I said in the last week, I did this with Amma Waterways. And I picked Amma Waterways because they are one of the only cruise ships, one of the few cruise ships that does 7 nights on the Nile. And after doing the 7 nights on the Nile, I highly, highly recommend doing the 7 nights. There are some great cruise lines out there, river cruise lines out there, that do 3 and 4 nights. But I mean, you can see from the pictures that I've shown you so far, there's a lot to see and a lot to do, and you don't want to rush it. We also did the add-on with the Jordan pre-cruise, which was amazing, and I highly recommend it. And I do know that I literally just was talking to people that came back 2 weeks ago, and they said it's really sad because of the issues that are going on in the area, not Egypt and Jordan itself, but close by, that people aren't going because of fear. And totally understand fear. But Jordan and Egypt are safe. They're not any part of any parts that you go to are not anywhere near where the troubles are. So I mean, if you honestly, truly don't feel safe, then don't go. But I wish I could really relay to you that it is safe. They're not going to take you there if it isn't safe. This is something that really will change you. Egypt just, I think it really changed me. And it's something that if you get a chance in your lifetime to go to, I highly, highly recommend it. And of course, please contact me because I can help you. Once again, my name is Anne Marie Gadet. And you can reach me even toll free at 1-800-535-9424, or you can email me, which is my name, Anne Marie, ANN dash MARIE, at love, spelled LUV, the number two, cruise, CRUZ, .ca. And I'd love to help you with this or any other cruise vacation that you are looking for. River cruises are my passion too. So please feel free to give me a call or send me an email. And please share this video with your friends and join me again next week. Thank you so much and have a wonderful day.